Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome back to the NOFO Live Show, where I, Sunita, along with my co-host Tracy from Miss Tracy Kessler, we hop on every Friday and talk about everything North Fork. Today we are featuring a fun dance center located in Southold called Inspire Dance Center. And they teach all kinds of classes for adults, for kids. What a fun way to. So we are looking forward to hearing all that Meagan offers at her studio. Good morning, Tracy. How are you doing? Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. How are
I'm
you?
good. Moving a little slow still, but I'm good.
I am the opposite. For anyone who follows me, you know that I have trouble getting up early. I have gotten up at 6:30 every day this week, and I worked out and I showered. Normally, I am literally rolling from my bed into the NoFo Live show. That was not the case today. Hi, good
Well, good for
morning.
you.
Morning.
Good morning. Morning, Meagan. That's awesome. I must say, like I said, we influence each other so much. I
Yes.
saw your post the other day about the Duolingo, and I almost texted you saying, let's post the next time when we get to 40. I know you're a couple of days
Yes.
ahead of me, so you're 40, but then I think I'm at 33 days or something
Yeah,
of
I
doing
think you're only
Spanish.
2 days behind
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
But I mean, if you post, then it reminds me that I can't let go.
Yeah.
I got to keep up. So, yes, I like how we just inspire each other. Never
Well,
mind
and
anybody else.
how fitting that inspiration is found everywhere, especially at the Inspire Dance Center.
Well,
I had to do it. I had
I
to do
like
it.
that transition. You're much more awake than me today. All right, let's jump into it. Welcome, Meagan. Tell us who you are and how you started the dance studio.
So my name is Meagan Grattan. I moved here about almost full 10 years ago. Opened up the business from scratch, started with 30 students. Now we're at about 145. This is our 10th season. I'm very excited. We have our big spring recital coming up in June. And so all the kids are gearing up for that right now in all their classes. And yeah, it's been a very fun 10 years.
What did you do before you were a dance instructor?
So I'm from Massachusetts, and I grew up there at a local dance studio, and then from there went to college at Dean College for dance, business. After graduating with my BA in 3.5 years, I moved down to Orlando, Florida, where I was performing in the Universal Studios Superstar Parade.
Wow.
That was fun. I was teaching at a local elite studio. I was waitressing, and I was on a dance team for the Solar Bears hockey team. So 4 jobs at once. It was crazy. That was short-lived. I was only there for a year. My experience brought me to Long Island, and this opportunity fell in my lap where, there wasn't really a studio happening in Southold. So it was my passion. I knew in 8th grade what I wanted to
Wow.
do, where I wanted to go to college. But I always thought like, oh, well, I'm going to college for dance, so I should probably perform. Well, the dean of dance at Dean College once had said the applause for my students became greater than the applause from the audience.
Wow.
Wow.
So that stuck with me. And I was like, you know what? After teaching for many, many years, I started in Massachusetts at my local studio, ventured to Florida, and then here. And I was like, you know what? This is really what my passion is. I enjoy it much more than performing. I still take classes and I still try to perform in my recitals, but it's really just seeing the joy of my students on stage and all their hard work after 10 months and seeing it on stage, and it's amazing.
I love that you said that because as a business owner, I feel that same way when my clients email me separately to compliment the people that I've trained and that work for me. It's so much better than them complimenting
Yeah.
me because I'm like, oh, my baby birds are flying the nest. I love it,
It's something that you're personally, if it's you performing for me, so it's like, oh, well, I messed up or I could do better or whatnot, the other thing. But then when you're actually watching your students on stage and the hard work
Yeah.
what you've trained them to do, and then they go and do it, It's so great. And there's a smile on their faces and their parents' joy too. I was telling a parent last year, because we have a dress rehearsal before our show, and the students were on stage, but for once, I looked in the audience. At the dress rehearsal, only one parent comes. That way they can help them do and then bring them home. And I was just looking at the moms there, the joy on their faces. I'm a new mom. I have 2 boys. One is turning 3 next week. One has just turned 1 on New Year's Day. So it's all those mom feels now. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're so proud. And I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
So.
Where is the studio, Meagan?
We're located in Featherhill Village. So we're right next to a karate studio and underground fitness.
Okay.
So it's perfect. We're our own separate building back there. It's all athletic stuff. So I love it. We're all making noise. And
where does the recital take place?
Southold High School. Initially, we had started at Pulaski Street School, then Riverhead High School, and then, kind of ventured out, and now we're finally at Southold High School. We've been there for a while. During the pandemic, we did have to do an outside performance under a tent. Stacy Soloviv let us use that big field that they have across from King Hall, and that was amazing, so great. So luckily now we're back indoors, but they're awesome. And Eric Keel does the music and lights for us, and he just brings our performances to life. It's crazy what he can do with the lighting scene, that's for sure.
Now, when Sunita was introing the show, she mentioned that you have adult classes. Is this true?
Yes.
Do you have tap classes?
Yeah, I was, when I started 10 years ago, I had a group of ladies approach me. They had danced when they were kids. They were now retired and looking for some athletic things to do. So they're like, oh, can we do a tap class? So I started this tap class. I actually have 3 ladies that have been with me for 10 years now. And like I said, they're all retired, but they have so much fun. We meet Wednesdays in studio and on Zoom. I have some that join in from Arizona because they travel.
Wow.
Some are in Florida. They're constantly popping in. Some go to Vermont. I call her, she's the snowbird that goes to the snow. Also have monthly pop-up hip-hop classes. We just had one this past Wednesday. It's a beginner intermediate level, definitely beginner friendly, but it's so much fun. It's a new routine each time we meet. But
I love that.
It starts with some cardio stuff, some stretching, and then a fun routine, and we all have laughs. And then I am partnering with Blue Collar Ballroom. Alexandra Binder from Shelter Island comes out, and during the month of February, she's teaching tango lessons on Friday night.
Wow.
During March, she's doing another session on Friday evenings. I believe it's the Hustle then. It's so fun, and she's great. She's been with us for a while now, almost a year, and she has those couples or individuals in class that have taken class before, so they need that extra push. Or she has those beginners, and you see her, she's jumping around, very calm and like working with everybody. That's what I love, is you can go to her class as a beginner and ask, what foot am I supposed to be stepping with? Or, even working with those individuals where if you have some weddings coming up, or you just like to go out and dance, it's great because she works with those individuals as well. It's not just for couples, which is fun. And I love her name, Blue Collar Ballroom. Yeah. My husband is a charter boat captain, so he comes up with his working boots and his flannel, but that's the blue collar part. So
that's fantastic.
So it sounds like your studio is very busy. I mean, I'm assuming all this class schedule and everything is posted on your website so people can take a look at what the different options are, whether it's for kids or whether it's for adults.
Yes.
That sounds awesome. Tell me a little bit more about the kid program. Is it like a drop-in? Is it like a series of classes? How does it work?
Yeah.
If someone wants to sign up for kids.
Oh, yes, buddy. Oh, hold on a second.
So cute. So cute. I'm assuming that's the 3-year-old, right?
Yeah. Yes.
It's gotta be, yeah.
His birthday is January 27th. I have some kinetic sand set up for him at the table here. So he's gonna join us in the background. But he's my baby one, that's for sure. So our kids program, we actually start at age 6 months all the way through adulthood. My 6 months to 18 months is just a bop baby bop, I call it, where it's like a child's play group with mommy and me, or I call it parent and peanut, because you never know who's bringing them. It could be dad, it could be babysitter, it could be grandma. So it's a lot of like your ABCs, nursery rhymes, but we start with like a big parachute out and the different
And how
sensory.
long is that class?
That, that one is just a half hour. And right now it's at a pop-up session. So I've been once
And
or twice a month.
Tracy, I can't believe Tilly has outgrown that. So
I
let's
know.
talk about the next thing too.
I just want to tell you, I already bought her a little leotard. She just turned 2, and I was like, I hope that I can find something for her to go. It's because my first recital was when I was 3, and it was tap. P.S.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to get her into dance.
It's great. So actually for our 2 to 3 year olds, we offer a creative movement class. This
Okay.
twice a week. You have the option to come to both or one. Again, it's on the schedule on the website, but there's a Tuesday afternoon and a Wednesday morning. This class, we call it creative movement because we're starting in a circle with some basic songs, our hello song. We break off into a creative movement where it's a freeze dance. We come back to our circles and do like head, shoulders, knees, and toes kind of a song. And then I have the kids build their own obstacle course. It's so fun seeing what they can create with what I have in the studio with tunnels and mats. And then we play the cleanup song and they clean it all up. It's the cleanest you'll ever see a room with 2 to 3 year olds. They love it because they're like, oh, that's what we're doing. That's cool. I want to do it. We then break into our big parachute, and it's cool because I start the class in September. We do have kids join throughout the year, but those that have been with me since September kind of get the structure now. I do monthly themes, like right now it's our Winter Wonderland, so all the songs are going to start being the same. During February, it'll be our Valentine's songs. During March, we start going into like parts of our body. So each month has a theme, so it's always the same sequence, but the songs are changing. So it keeps their interest there too. But it's cute seeing those kids that have been with me. They're like, oh, after we pick up the obstacle course, we do the parachute. And after we do the parachute, we do the mats. And then we can't get a sticker until we do the goodbye song. So as at 2 to 3 years old, it's so cute to see that. Once they're going into preschool, I say they have to be 3 by December 1st. Yes, buddy. That'll be you next year. I'll make my snowman. Yes, you colored the snowman on Wednesday. He's been in the creative movement class. Oh, the 3 to 4 year olds then do a creative movement ballet class where that's when they actually have the opportunity to go on stage. Twice a year, we do a winter showcase right before the holidays. It's not a Christmas show. This year, our theme was actually summer vacation. So all the kids went on with a one-piece bathing suit or bathing suit bottoms if they were a boy, and they go on stage doing all. We had like Surfing USA music. It was so fun. So now we're gearing up for the June recital where again, these creative movement ballet, tiny dancers, they'll go on stage doing one dance in their cute little tutus. If I had a boy, they'd be in a little cute bow tie. That program we start, it's tuition based. So they're there from September to June. I do close registration by October 15th in preparation for our December show. It opens back up for any kids wanting to join for our June recital, but it has closed January 15th because these kids now we've ordered the costumes and they're gearing up for their show. In April, actually, we did just release our summer camp and class schedule. That was released yesterday. Registration fully open now. Summer classes go from the end of June through July. We close in August to gear up for our dance competition auditions and our open house, and then classes start back up after Labor Day. But for next season, registration opens in April. So we usually try to have that schedule out pretty soon.
Yeah, so that's pretty far in advance.
Yes, yeah. It's funny. It's times have changed. So when I first started 10 years ago, I would kind of wait till I get the religion schedule and the Girl Scout schedule and try to see what my students are all involved in. But now it has happened. I have kids from Orient Point all the way to Wading River and Shelter Island.
Wow.
So I would like to accommodate everybody, but I can't. So I try to keep the schedule the same for kids every year. So that way the parents can expect, oh, if they have dance on Tuesdays, it's going to be Tuesdays next year. And they can kind of just plan accordingly.
So I would imagine you can't be teaching all of these classes. Do you have a bunch of teachers that are under your wing?
One.
Wow.
I have had a few teachers in the past. One of my friends, Brian Vaccaro, we went to college together. He actually just opened up his own dance company in Patchogue last year. So he has ventured away from my studio. One of his past students, Amanda, has now been on my team for the last 2 years. She does my like middle school, high school kids on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But basically, it's all me.
You must be very busy between all the classes and the two little ones.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You
It works out
get a lot of movement on any given day.
exactly. It honestly, I picked a great partner, my husband. He, like I said, he's a charter boat captain in Southold. So it works out great where his busy season is the summer, and that's not my busy season.
Yeah.
And he works days and I work nights. So that helps the at-home aspect. The office work I've kind of had to figure out. You know, right now it's made mostly during nap time. I have the monitor here watching the little guy. And I do have some great helpers. Some of my older students now will be babysitters and they'll come over and play with the boys so I can get some work done before. But you know, it's really just time management, staying organized and planning ahead. You cannot procrastinate when it's a solo run business kind of a thing. I am always looking for help, always looking for new teachers. I'm currently training one of my 16-year-old students to hopefully be a teacher. She's been assisting me for the last 3 years. Great with the kids. So this year during the classes, like yesterday, you'll see on our Instagram, I titled her as Miss Olivia because she was stretching the kids while I was taking attendance. So it was great seeing the development. She's been one of my students I've had also for 10 years. So it's great seeing her through the process, seeing how they've developed.
That's so awesome. Okay, tell us a little bit more about the adult classes and what kind of offerings do you have for the adults and what kind of dances?
Yeah, so for the adults right now, we're offering adult tap, adult hip hop, and then the ballroom. I have done in the past an adult ballet class. That was fun. I didn't have a large following, so that's kind of tapered away. I do offer private lessons. I do have one coming up next week for a girl that's just looking to brush up on her tap steps or brush up on her jazz steps. So we do offer private lessons for adults as well. If maybe the group setting's not for you and you're working on your own independent steps, that's fine. But it's really just the Wednesday morning adult tap, the hip hop pop-ups that have been happening Wednesdays from 7 to 8, and then the adult ballroom that's happening on Friday evenings. And it's a great date night too, if you're or girls' night. Because I believe the class is 6 to 7 on Friday evenings with Blue Collar Ballroom. And then a lot of them will go out to dinner after, or they'll jump over to Taps and Corks that's in Feather Hill Village also before, get that liquid courage, then come over.
Well,
That's great.
Well, I know our girl Kirsten Oliveri and her daughter, I think, is part of your tribe, if you will.
Yeah, so Julia has her birthday party tomorrow. So this evening I'll finish decorating the studio. They're going with a neon glow party. So we do birthday parties too on Fridays or Saturdays. So she's doing her
Tell me a little bit more
Yeah,
about
what does that
part.
consist of?
So the birthday parties, it's 2 hours where it would be myself and one of my assistants or two of my assistants, depending on the size of the party. You can pick through 3 different themes, or you can select your own theme for an additional fee just because it has more of the props and decorations and whatnot. So I provide everything from the cupcakes or cake, the plates, silverware, all of that, decorations, games, crafts, activities. So it's 2 hours. I set everything up. I entertain all the kids with my assistants. We do cake and presents at the end, and then I clean everything up. So all parents have to do is invite the kids and show up.
That sounds great.
It's very yeah, so Juliana's party is tomorrow, and my son Luke, his birthday is actually next Saturday, so he gets the luxury of having his party at the studio, which is perfect because it's the winter time, and you want to get the kids outside for a party, but it's snowing on the ground or it's too cold. It's great to have the indoor spaces, that's for sure.
I'm thinking it's great for the kid party, but frankly, Tracy, it also sounds fun as an adult party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Have fun and move.
Yeah. I have tried to get out there and do bachelorette parties too. I was in my first bridal party a few years ago, and we went to Boston and we did a dance class, and it was so much fun. I was like, I should do that. All the bridal parties come out here for the wineries and the beaches. I'm like, why not a class? So I've started trying to advertise that too. And then I had boys and the pandemic and all that. So it's definitely still an option to get out there and do that too. But the birthday parties have been great for, you know, a 2-hour event, and it's stress-free because the parents would just bring their kids and you don't have to worry about bringing the stuff. I know sometimes if they want to bring snacks or pizza, that's also an option too, but they don't have to. And
in terms of space, what's the capacity for something like that?
So I like to keep birthday parties at a minimum of 15 kids just because it's easier that way. We have had as many as, like, I do also monthly parties with the studio. We have our Halloween bash. We have our holiday pajama party. We have our Valentine's party coming up, and that I can have at most like 30, 35 kids. The studio, right when you walk in, there's the lobby and the bathroom, and then there's a smaller studio in the back. That's where I like to keep those 2 to 4-year-old age groups. Then you go upstairs, and it's the large loft, and that's where I have the part most of my main classes.
So I just shared a post recently on Instagram about a place that opened in the city that's doing like a dance club, but it's from like 5 to 10. And this is actually like an idea that I had years ago because I'm sober 13 years now. I do not want to go out at 11 p.m.
No.
I don't want to be around all the drinking. Okay, I don't want to do that. But I love
sober. I'm old enough that I too don't want to go out at 11 p.m.
And I love dancing. I love it. And there's no outlet to do it. And I had actually posed I was like, would anyone want to do like a silent disco, and like I'll organize it and get people to go. Like, I am dying for a way to get adults together who like to dance, but there doesn't have to be like the drinking. We don't have to get dressed up, like come in your yoga pants. Like, let's just freaking dance around and have fun.
Yes, and I love that idea.
NOFO live on location happening, Tracy. Make it happen.
Yeah.
And I might even throw another curveball in there. Let's do some Bollywood dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know that's one of my favorites. And I'm good at
it. The jalebi's coming out.
I have to find my symbols. I took a belly dancing class, and I have little finger symbols somewhere.
That's a great fun class to take, that's for sure.
Have you ever done a Bollywood type of class, or would you be willing to explore and figure out, or maybe we can do
for sure.
a NOFO live on location, Tracy? How fun would that be?
I mean, I would be there. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Let's make it.
And I did a parents' night out. So typically I have the parents' night out, but they drop the kids off. But what if the parents were dropped off?
Yes.
That's great. Yeah, because, you know, having that outlet and everyone bring their own charcuterie board.
Yeah. And smoothie. And smoothie, or whatever it is you want to drink.
Yep. Everyone bring your Stanley cups or knockoffs. Water.
Oh my God, I so love this, Tracy. We absolutely have to make this happen.
I'm in. It's
just so fun, and especially, you know, now lately this week has been so cold and so brutal. And I don't know about everybody else, but I know about me is that I really operate around the sun, right? So I need the sun to come out for things to be all happy. But dance and music, you know, even if it's snowing outside, could so change your mood.
Wait. I'm sorry. Nicole just said, can Swifty Camp be for adults? What is Swifty Camp? I think I know what it is. And if I do, I am so in. I am so in.
Yeah.
So I just released the summer camp yesterday. I was telling Carrie, who she's commenting to, she owns the Main Route Salon in Southold. She's a big Swifty fan. And I was telling Carrie about this Swifty camp I'm doing. So I have one actually over February break. You're always looking for something for the kids to get out of the house and venture out. So we have a mini camp during the beginning of February break, and then that Thursday and Friday of February vacation is our Swifty camp, where basically you're coming to do a music video style dancing. You'll have props, you have the feather boas class,
and then you'll so in
friendship bracelets, and then camp, it's basically The parents will come the last 5 or 10 minutes and we'll put on a performance. We'll also make our own music video to post on Instagram. So I have it during February. I haven't had a great response from it yet. I think a lot of people, especially after the pandemic, they're like, oh, a school vacation? We're going away.
We're out of here. Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? We'll do it again during the summer. So we have another opportunity for kids to do it during the summertime. I think it's the second week in July is what I did, or the first week.
Well, I think Nicole's onto something because I would totally do that.
So fun. And yeah, I even, have the idea of doing that. If we wanted to do for adults, we totally can. Whatever you want, Nicole.
Yeah. Yes, that sounds phenomenal. That sounds phenomenal.
Super.
And I think we're seeing from our audience here, we should do a poll of like what adults who are looking for just kind of like a free, like I don't even necessarily need a class. I just want to like, can we all just get together? Right. Let's pretend we're at a club, but it's 7 p.m. and let's all just dance and have fun.
And you can show up in sweatpants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was understood. Yeah. Yes. We're on the North Fork. Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that'd be so fun. I have all the disco lights and the color change balls.
We are definitely doing a NOFO live.
We're making it happen sooner than later. I'm making it happen. Okay, Tracy, you want to jump into the NOFO Live 5?
Oh my God, I totally forgot. Yes. Okay. We usually end our show with the NOFO Live 5.
I love it.
So I will kick it off. If you were going to take Sunita and I to lunch or dinner, where would you take us?
That's a tricky one. I would say, have you ever been to Meats Meat Barbecue? It's right.
I've ordered from there.
Delicious. It's
Can you eat in there? Yeah. Can you go and sit there? Oh.
Yep. So he started with a food truck. And then the opportunity arose that he could open his own shop. So it's great because he has a couple tables. It's not really like
is this the one that's in the old NOFO location?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Okay.
That at your service rental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the NOFO location near Love Lane or whatever.
Oh, their macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
It has like bits of jalapeno and bacon in there. And I don't know what he does, but
so good.
It lasts long. Yeah. I eat it. So I would say Meats Meat Barbecue in Matatuck.
That's a great choice.
Now, are you dancing for sunrise or sunset?
Well, I would say sunset for sure.
Are you local in Southold if your studio's there? And where do you typically catch one if you went to catch one?
Yeah, so I live right near Town Beach. So I would say Town Beach, but in the off chance my husband's not working during the summer evenings, he'll take us on his boat and we can just catch the sunrise or sunset in a perfect location.
Wow. That sounds stunning. I mean, the Town Beach is beautiful because all year you can see the sun because it doesn't move far enough.
Perfect walking distance to my house, so I could just go across the street and catch the sunset. I keep saying sunrise, but I guess I could do sunrise with my 2 boys, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, brewery or vineyard or mocktail, where might we find you?
I like Borghese Vineyard. It's has that old truck in the front. We actually took our competition dancers there to do a photo shoot. It was beautiful, but I do love their wine there. The Pinot Noir is one of my favorites.
Awesome.
So are you stopping at farm stands on your way home from work, and where do you generally go?
Not on my way home from work because my work ends at like 9 o'clock at night. But I do love Country View Farm Stand or Krupski's. Their apple butter spread is delicious. I need to get a new jar. Mine just emptied. But I do like those 2 farm stands. Country View, I go to the one right next to the animal hospital or animal shelter. No, the North Fork Animal Hospital there. And Krupski's, that's right there too. They have the great pumpkin and the corn maze and everything. That's fun for the kids for sure.
That's a great spot to go for Halloween time. Yeah. So if you could sum up for us in 1 or 2 sentences what you love being about part of the North Fork community, tell us what your thoughts are.
So like I said, I'm not originally from here. So what I love is how close-knit and quickly my business has grown. The first year I went from 30 kids. The second year I went to 60 kids. And now I'm at 145 plus. It's just so close knit and all word of mouth. And I go to the grocery store and my students and even their parents are like, oh, Miss Meagan. You know, I'm not Meagan Grattan, I'm Miss Meagan everywhere. And I just love that close community feel here.
Yeah. Well, sounds like you've got a lot to offer the community. So thank you. And you will be seeing us there. We definitely want to do this. We're going to take you up on this.
February, March, April, soon. Like not, before spring is in full bloom.
Yes, yes.
Let's just set up a one night, one
Yeah.
evening.
Yes, yeah. Let me know. I'm all for it.
And I really want more information on this tap class. So I'll be following up with you.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Thank you for being on. I love your passion. You're so enthusiastic for what you do. And the fact that you knew at such a young age that this is what you want to pursue and you're doing it. I mean, even with two little kids, sometimes we wonder when is the right time to start something, when is the time to jump in. Hats off to you that you're continuing to do it. And thank you for creating a space where people can come have some fun and movement.
Yeah, we have a great time. That's for sure.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Meagan.
Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Stay warm.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.